$10, $100, $1,000, $2,000, $4,000. Dollars. Yeah. This $4,000 Rockset is not better than this $10 Mora. So why did we buy it? Why does it even exist?
Is it just a major scam?
Maybe it's a scam, is it? We're telling you all of that in this video. And it's not as simple as you think. 99% of the $10 knives are actually scams. So the people who buy them, and it's a lot, they are actually the ones who get scammed.
Martin filling his fat belly again.
These are the cheap knives, but be aware because we do a lot of nitpicking on this channel. And 90% of these cheaper knives are actually very bad. It can even be dangerous. There are just a few hidden gems in there. Think about your casual Mora knives or the Martinis or Mickey, Hultafors, the heavy duty.
Yeah.
Exactly, so those are like the gems. But be aware because most of these cheap knives, they are very bad. For example, Mora has like an unbeaten Scandi grind. The Hultafors toughness is almost unbeaten, and the Martinis, they look amazing.
Oh my God, muscle hammer guy!
But why are these knives so cheap then?
Materials, automation and mass production.
In general, the materials on these is really cheap. There's no handwork and the steels hold a pretty bad edge. Oh yeah, you also don't really buy them for the looks. Hey, but that is something that you can change by putting in some work yourself, but mainly these knives are just pure functionality.
Martin, that knife that you're holding here is the Mora I had since I was probably 16 and I made a convex on it.
Yeah.
So you can absolutely fix
Mickey,
them.
Look. It's not a bad feather sticker, but put in some work yourself.
Like my Mora.
Oh my God.
Oh, and that knife is dull as shit at the moment.
Yeah,
it
but
hasn't been sharpened for years.
Also, most scams are in this price segment. This is a $10 AliExpress knife that you can buy in a random shop. And oh my God, that is... Look at that angle. Look at that angle. That is terrible. And even that, yeah, it is a piece of sharpened steel, but it will just not hold an edge. It will fall apart. It will be dangerous.
But all this changes when you go one segment higher.
To the $100. Maybe my favorite price range.
Whoa. That's not how it's in the script.
This episode is sponsored by Incogni.
You're being spied on! And that's why this video is sponsored by the internet superhero Incogni. Incogni to the rescue!
Data breaches worldwide are increasing and the number of victims have gone up dramatically. Also, a lot of normal websites are built to create online files on their visitors. Data brokers. Incogni helps you delete your files and information from data brokers all around the internet. Something that is incredibly tedious to do yourself. With their yearly subscription, they'll constantly protect your data so you don't end up where you started. What do you gain? Less spam emails and phone calls. Reduced financial risk. Lower exposure to cyber attacks. All you have to do is make an account and give Incogni permission. So head down to the link in the description and get up to 60% discount. Code DB Knives.
Mickey, this is my favorite price range. This is not in the script.
Wait.
No.
Yeah.
This is maybe my favorite price range, but it's also the price range with maybe the least amount of knives, like around $100.
Well, what knife is that you're holding then?
This is the Sissy Puko. It's not made for sissies. This is a real tough boy.
Yeah, but it's not the only knife in the $100 price range. I mean,
we also made a knife in the around $100 price range. The DBK Bushcraft 2000, Mickey.
2000.
Yeah, it's back in the shop. You can
Really?
buy it right now. Yeah, you can buy it right now. These knives are made to, have better handle ergonomics. They hold their edges better. They just are more towards the performance. This is like, for me, this is like the best price to quality ratio.
And semi-custom is introduced, because what is one big difference between these knives and the $10 knives? Handwork, I think.
Yeah. Also, Mickey, the steels get a lot better. You're not entering like the super steel category, but it's like 80 CRV2, 40 C28, N690. But it's especially the $100 range. It's a kind of hard to find good knives in range, because there's also still shit knives in that range, Mickey.
Yeah. Hopefully, when you buy a knife in this range, like maybe the Mora Garberg or whatever, it can serve as your only knife. It does everything a little better, maybe a lot better than a $10 knife. But also, I would say if you go up from $10, like maybe, what price is the Callum Wolverine?
I think it's like 150.
So you also have to calculate in inflation. So I mean, the K-Bar Becker BK2, when we started this knife hobby, was $50. Now it's over $100, $150. But this knife was also, one day it was $80 a few years ago, the Callum Wolverine, which till this day, from the moment I got it, it serves as my favorite feather sticking knife. I mean, somehow it is the best carver, best feather sticker that I have in the whole collection. I don't know why, it just is, but that is what you get in the $100 range.
So this is also the price range that you will start seeing knives that you can actually depend your life on, like this bloody Yakari Puko. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm talking about. You can depend your life on this.
Now we enter the magic segment, yeah? You got your Falcon Evens, you got your Bark Rivers, but also like the big custom knives, which are completely made for you. There's only one in the world. The luxury of this price range segment is just that the knife takes care of you. Well, let's start that timer and just make a casual fire. There you go. I can basically stop the timer. 1 minute 32. I'm taking it easy.
Mickey, it's good.
It does everything for you. And I'm not talking about the DBK knife. I'm talking about also the Malanica Puko could do exactly the same. The F1 could do exactly the same. The Bark River Bushcrafter can do exactly the same. You also got like the most indestructible knives you can imagine, like the Storm Vector by Tops. I mean, our own knife is around $400, sadly. I wish it was cheaper.
500.
500, no. But no, only the special edition.
Yeah.
And you got super steels. Look at this. They have art in them. Hopefully, yeah, you don't need to do anything to it anymore, except with some Bark River, sadly. This knife, my Altine Leuku, I have used it in a video. I do not need to sharpen it. It is perfect as it is. Now, suddenly, looks are also a big factor. And I have to say, that's one of my most important things in a knife, is the looks. I mean, you gotta love a knife.
Mickey, your favorite knife, the NL5, bloody stacked leather handle.
Yeah, look, this one, $2,000, and now we're getting into a whole different price range. This is the Rockstead Don, yeah? Some might say it's a con. I have to say, this is a masterpiece. Yeah, 4,000 euros. I think maybe 4,500 euros, maybe?
Yeah.
Almost 5,000? These convexes are all done by hand. It is a masterpiece. We've tried to do it ourselves, but we got close, but you don't get it this quality.
This is, Mickey, probably you're paying like €1,000 just for the polishing job.
Why are the DBK knives so expensive? It is that bloody convex.
Yeah, it's a lot of handwork.
It is so much handwork. It is unbelievable. For $2,000 less, $3,000 less, still a $2,000 knife, you get the Falcon Even NL5 and Cowrie X. Steels don't really get much better in its price range, but this by far, oh my God. It's the best feather sticker we have in the whole collection by a mile. By
Oh
a
my God.
mile. I mean, Martin, oh my God, you gotta try this.
Yeah, this is insane. There's no pressure on the knife.
There's no friction
There's
at
no
all.
friction. The angle is amazing. But that's also with these kind of premium steels. It's like designed for one job. It's extremely good at edge retention. It's probably the best knife for edge retention. But then again, it's just not tough enough for these outdoor tasks. Well, here's the problem. Come take a look.
There are microchips there, even though you don't really see them on the video. But that's because of one feather stick.
Yeah, and that's just because these knives, if you would cut rope, you would probably cut 30 pieces of that rope, which normal knives maybe do 5 good knives. But it's just, it doesn't have the toughness anymore. So in a folding knife, extremely good. For an outdoor knife, not so good.
Then comes that little bugger.
That one is ZDP, this one is Kauri X. Both are used actually by Rockstead.
But would you dare to do this with the Rockstead?
This is like the most expensive knife that you could actually, and would still actually use in the outdoors, Mickey.
Yeah.
It's a pure functional yet very beautiful knife.
And I mean, for hunting, can you imagine that knife going dull?
Mickey, I know a subscriber of us who is actually using this knife as his just outdoor knife.
And?
He loved it.
But
But
the big elephant in the room is it is absolutely not necessary that price.
No.
It is just a bonus. It is a diminishing return stuff.
in this price range, 99% of the knives are just purely made to end up in a glass case. They have collector's value. Actually, I would dare say that we showed you 2 knives with like very exotic steels. But there are a lot of knives in the 4,500 to 10,000 euros, maybe even more, that use plain old hand-forged steels. But you just pay for, like, they put gold in it, they put gems in it, they hand forge the steel, they make the Damascus themselves, they make a bloody Damascus finger guard. It's like you pay for hundreds of hours of hand use, or man hours. So these knives are actually, maybe they don't even perform better than a Mora, yet they cost 10,000 euros.
Yeah, but sometimes...
Of course, these perform way better than a Mora, but a lot of these knives I'm talking about. So that's when it comes back to the Mora vs the Rockstead, why a Mora performs just as good as a Rockstead. If you spend a little bit of your own time in making the geometry, especially of these knives, good,
Putting in man hours.
putting in your man hours, it's gonna perform like the Rockstead, close to it. Yeah, maybe it doesn't get as good in feather sticking. Maybe it will never have the edge retention of a Rockstead, of course. Mickey just casually burning the forest down. The fact remains that if you are bushcrafting in the forest, this knife will bring you just as far as this knife, and maybe even further, because this is tougher than this when it comes to the steel. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like this video.
Thank you very much for watching.
Yeah, hey, and do you know how you can get maybe a knife in any of these price ranges? By joining our giveaway. Hey, Merc hit it. We are giving away 2 unique DBK Bushcraft 2000 prototypes with custom handle made by Crafts, thanks to DBK. A Falconeven A1 Pro, thanks to DBK. A Falconeven SK2 Embla, thanks to DBK. A Becker BK2, thanks to Blade HQ. 2 Midgards EDC Slingers, thanks to Midgards and Tools for Gents. A Benchmade Mini Narrows, thanks to Benchmade. And 2 Knife Fever Big Cutters, thanks to Massive Fever. That's a bloody big giveaway to start the year with. The only thing you have to do is become a $10 patron and support us. We use the money to put back in the channel. We now have, Mickey, 2 professional grade cameras.
Yeah, finally. The biggest difference between all these price ranges is just basically your taste. What do you want? Do you want value? Do you want just balls to the wall? A great knife. But
And of course, in the lower price range, there is a little bit more risk of actually buying shit.
same has to be said for a lot of brands nowadays. Selling knives for $300 plus, which with super steels, which aren't heat treated right.
And that is the thing, Mickey. Always do your research, because in every price range there are knives that are worth it and knives who are not worth that price.
Yeah.
It's like with everything in the world.
Yeah.
We have 2 great knives for the price, especially the DBK Bushcraft, which is our price to quality ratio monster.
I'm very happy that we have that in the shop back again, and apparently the DBK
Anniversary edition. Yeah.
And
The last, these are like, maybe one more time we'll put some in the shop and then they are sold out forever, these anniversary editions.
people, I don't know how much I can say about this, but we wish we could have put out more, yeah, for everybody. So
Yeah.
don't get angry. We're doing our absolute best.
Not sure how much of the Bushcrafter we'll see in the future, ladies and gentlemen.
No, that's sad. But we hope to not have to raise those prices because we think they're high enough already. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for buying the knives. And hope to see you every Thursday, 1 p.m. PDT.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah, later. Oh! Yeah. Comment what do you think is wrong. And right.